right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Standing Your Truth with Confidence, a platform where you can tell all your trials, tribulations, experiences, not be embarrassed. Just walk to the own beat of your drum, be comfortable in your own skin. As I told y'all before, we're going to be inviting different guests on to tell their journeys, their stories, and hopefully reach someone. So today I have the one and only PASQUALE.
That's me.
Mr. Pat, always known as the club owner. PASQUALE. We on the rooftop, y'all. Beautiful, beautiful space. I want to thank you for coming out.
My pleasure.
And also, I shout you out my last video. Thank you for allowing me to be a host.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it. So, I ask all my guests, when you hear Standing Your Truth with Confidence, what does that mean to you?
Just being true to yourself, right?
Absolutely.
Living your own life, no matter how difficult it, may be. But without a doubt, like, you do you. This is, you have one life, It's your story. If you don't like it, rewrite it.
That part. Has it ever been a time in your life where you couldn't live in your truth or you was afraid to?
Yeah, actually, truth is, like, there's different types of, like I used to say, I was the real 12 years a slave in a way, right? So I was stuck working with a really bad person. I was partners with them, and, they know how to manipulate you, right? And they get you to do things that you're not comfortable with, right? And then they lock you in a certain way and you feel like you can't escape that, right? So I lived that for a very, very long time. In fact, I probably started when I was a kid, I felt like that. Working in family businesses, especially like immigrant families, trust me, you go to work. So in a way, you're stuck doing what it is that they do.
Right.
Well, when you look back and you connect the dots in reverse, it's actually a good thing because you're picking up a trade. Right. But at one point in time, you have to just kind of break free and just, carve your own path and, write your own story. Right. Very important. But was there a time? Yeah, without a doubt. There was about, 30 years of my life before I said, you know what, I'm going to break free and do my own thing. And, it didn't always work out. I failed many times. But at the same time, it's something I'd like to talk to you about. I'm sure there's going to be a question you're going to ask me where I can probably get into that.
Absolutely.
Right? But I'll make it a note to definitely talk about, like what luck actually is.
Right. So, Florida, that's your hometown, right? Grew up,
Florida.
raised?
Well, no. I grew up in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Atlantic City, New Jersey. And then, let's see, I head to Florida after I had like a little mini hit in the casino. I said, I'm out of here, right? That's a long story that I could take up like whatever, the whole podcast about that. But went to Florida and kind of expanded into here in Michigan, a little while after, so.
Okay, well, before we jump into Florida and Detroit, a little bit about your childhood. Mom and dad still alive? You grew up with mom and dad?
Yep.
Okay. How was that relationship with mom and dad?
Well, my dad used to kick my ass about 14 times a week, right? But, I think he's like losing his mind now. He totally forgot about all that, but still love him, respect him. I learned a lot from him.
Absolutely.
I think it molded me into a better person. See, I think that's another thing is that you can go a different direction when you get treated a certain way. But as far as, growing up, grew up in the restaurant business. Basically, day 2 of my life, I was in the restaurant business. My mom, super hard worker. I was born on Memorial Day, so I think like my mom, she was such a hard, no, yeah, the one that's here, yeah, that's
Happy
my mom.
birthday.
Yeah, so just a couple of days ago, yep. So I think that, the restaurant was closed that day, so she was such a hard worker, she waited to have me like on her day off. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, long story short, I grew up in the restaurant business in New Jersey, went down to Florida, started a restaurant, failed. Family came down, we opened up another restaurant, went really well. We parted ways. I went and did my thing with another partner, and that's a whole nother story, which I'd like to get into maybe. But whatever it is, overall, I learned how to work hard, right? Played hard, knew what I wanted. My dad always had big dreams, but, I executed them. He just dreamed of it, you know?
Okay.
If that makes sense,
It does. You want to be better than your kid. I mean, you want your child to be better than you anyway. With the, you getting your ass kicked. Were you a bad kid? You got into shit?
I was a bad kid for sure, but that probably wasn't the reason why I got my ass kicked. So anyway, but again, immigrant family, you know, working, you know, step out of line, you get your ass kicked.
That part.
Yeah.
Okay. Siblings?
I got 2 brothers, one older, one younger.
Y'all close?
Yeah, very close.
Business?
Yeah, very close.
Okay, I ain't meet them yet, Pat. Okay.
Well, they're partners with me in a couple other things, like in Florida, and you know, we have some new ventures that we're getting into now. But yeah.
Great. Keep it in the family. So, was it ever a time where you experienced poverty before getting into?
Oh, yeah, so many times. So many times. I can't even count how many times.
It didn't stop you though.
No, I mean, look, watch this. I can, you know, show you verifiable. October 2019, I was finishing building like a place. I really didn't have any money to actually get into it, but you know, I'm pretty skilled at just about anything I touch, right? So I had $2.17 in the bank. I'll show you, put it on your podcast. But October 2019, I had $2.17 in the bank, and then opened up November 7th, 2019. Kept my head down, kept going, and just when shit hit the fan, right, with the COVID thing, everyone was running away, and that was the first time in my life that I was actually prepared to capitalize off of, you know, a bad situation.
Good. Okay, so you watched Mom and Dad in the restaurant. Is that when you fell in love with the cooking business or restaurant business?
Yeah, I mean, you know, at the time, it's like I don't think I knew anything else, right? But then you end up picking up a lot of skills along the way. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. You know, it's not the easiest way to make money, right? It's not for everyone. You know, it's kind of like here today, gone today type business.
Damn.
You know, grand opening, grand closing.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, for sure. So I don't know. I mean, it's in my blood.
Right. Okay. So who cooked the best? Mom, Dad?
Believe it or not, my dad. You know, he was a chef.
Yeah.
So anyway, I learned a lot of tricks from him. But you know, they had restaurants, and you know, they hired, you know, pretty good people. Some not so good, but regardless, like, you know, you pick up a couple of tricks here and there. So, you know, I started off at a young age. I was in the kitchen 8 years old.
Ooh, yeah.
Right?
That was my
like,
next question.
You know, so 8 years old, here I am, like in the kitchen, and I was legit working 6-7 days a week as a young kid. You know, so obviously by accident I picked up the skills. Like, you know, like take like Tiger Woods, right? Like he started as like a baby. I mean, he's like the real deal, right? But he wouldn't be that great if he didn't start as early as he did. And truth is, from what I hear, I think his dad was probably pretty hard on him too.
For sure.
Right? So I think that that's what molds you into something. So either you're molded into something strong, or you just crumble and you break and you go in a different direction. So it's all mindset, right?
Right. And it made you stronger. What was your first dish?
My first dish? I don't know. I mean, without a doubt, I mean, Italian, so obviously it's going to be something pasta related, but yeah, for sure.
Who taught you how to cook, Dad or grandmother?
No one actually taught me. It was just from being in it, right? So just working in it. Yeah. Okay. So effort times equals results. And I got 30 some odd years of effort times time.
Right. Okay, so you were 8 years old when you first started cooking. Pasta was the first dish. So does pasta and pizza go together, or you just put them together?
Sure. I mean, you know, there's pizza places, there's Italian restaurants that don't necessarily have pizza, but sure, I mean.
So is pizza Italian food, though?
Oh, of course.
Is it? Oh, okay.
For sure.
All right.
But, so, you know, I will say that, like, you know, we get a lot of our shapes of pasta from the Chinese. So we share that in common with the Chinese, is the shapes of the pastas and whatnot. So I don't know who did it first. I just know one thing: the Italians, you know, perfected it.
That part.
Yeah.
And it's more healthier, right?
I don't know. Who knows what we're eating anymore?
Wow. Jeez.
You know what I mean?
Right. Okay, so you grow up, you go into the restaurant business. When did you find love?
Where did I do what?
When did you find love?
Love to what?
Like marriage, your own family.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, well, I'm divorced now, but I was married for 15 years.
Okay.
So, you know, I'll tell you, how I met my wife, ex-wife, right? So I was opening up a little restaurant in West Palm Beach, Florida, right? And I saw this girl at a coffee shop, and I just popped in and I said, hey, you know, I got coffee at my place too. And then boom, next thing you know, she was there a lot. And then one day she's like, hey, you don't think your pasta is that good, right? Like, why? She's here every single day. Like, why do you think I'm here all the time? So anyway, ended up, boom, you know.
Okay, pause there because your train coming.
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah, I know. Like I need all this one.
I'm gonna puff one then.
Go ahead.
Oh.
You got a lighter?
Yes. All right. I'm gonna smoke on this one. All right, go ahead.
So you meet her, she's coming by the restaurant.
Sure. So anyway, I kind of had, like I told you before, with open up places, at business, you fail sometimes. That was one of the times I failed, right? So here I am in Florida, no money, totally like nowhere to live, right? But here I am driving a, you know, Porsche convertible, broke as fuck. So anyway, restaurant, totally failed. So I had, you know, an option to go back to New Jersey, tail between my legs and whatnot. And I wanted to see if she wanted to move up with me. And then at the time she was like, no, you know, I really don't want to do that. Why don't you just stay here? And then boom, before you know it, end up living together with, like, you know, within a short amount of time of meeting each other. And, you know, we had our ups and downs, and we kind of separated for a couple of years. And then we got back together, and then we got married, like, you know, whatever, 8 months later, boom, then kid 9 months later. So yeah.
Gotcha.
So my first kid, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Name of your restaurants. Well,
Okay.
first, was that the only restaurant you guys invested in together, you and your now ex-wife?
No, that wasn't one that we invested in together. That's just where I met her.
Oh.
But we ended up getting into business later on down the road, but we could talk about that for sure.
Okay, for sure. Naming your restaurants.
Okay.
Pastio.
So,
how did you come up with that?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Ready? So we had so many restaurants over the years. You know, you build them, you run them, then you're always looking for the next deal, and then it's kind of like that pop-up effect. The next one does really well. The one that you just left goes down. So you know. Anyway, we opened up Tutto Fresco, Manja, Pastio, Franco's Cafe, Continental, like a bunch of different ones. But so Pastio, it's actually, so when you look at it, it's Pastio 00.
Yeah.
And back in 2019, when I told you I left my partnership and then went to go do something else, right, on my own, you know, it was a pretty hard, tough kind of breakup between the partnership there. So it was like, you know, he said, without me, you'll be a zero. I said, I'd rather be a 00. But I'll do it alone. And that's kind of how the whole 00 thing happened. And I knew I wanted to open up another restaurant. I didn't know like what type of restaurant. So and then I'm home one day, gonna make some pasta, fresh pasta, and you use 00 flour, right? So anyway, with that being said, I said, I just have to open up a restaurant doing handmade pasta. So that's another thing that I think that, you know, gave me the success, because we're doing something that, you know, most people don't do, right? So you make like a, you make something look easy. You make a difficult thing look very easy.
Right.
And then you get it and you scale it and you give it to the masses. So, you know, that's how I think our place is kind of
different from everybody.
Differentiated from the regular Italian restaurant, right? So we put that effort times, right? We give a product that, you know, used to be, you know, served in only like super high-end restaurants. Now we scaled it and it's like for everyone. It's got that everyday affordability in a way. So you're getting upscale food in a, you know, kind of a faster type pace restaurant. Like upscale casual, I would say.
I like it.
And all of it has, kind of ties in with our whole party theme that we do, because I don't want to just go to a restaurant. I want to have a restaurant that's, cool, fun, right? And that's why, like, especially over here where we have the restaurant, we have the nightclub, we have the rooftop, all in one spot. So I don't think that there's very many places that can, execute something this big, right? It's 15,000 square feet. We do up to, like, over 1,000 people, right? Like, in a night. So anyway, we're just getting something that's just like something you don't get everywhere.
Yeah, it stands out. It does.
Yeah.
I think back in 22 when we started with H, you guys was the first, when you opened, everybody was here. And it's still the hottest. Everybody comes here. So Rocco's Pizza.
Rocco's Pizza, yep.
Nah, Mom, just now finding out about that. I gotta go over there.
Yep. So Rocco's Pizza. So that's something, like I told you, I have two brothers. That's kind of something that I gave to, like, my little brother to run. He's a pizza master, right? So pretty simple, pretty simple food. Pizza, New Jersey style, New Jersey style, New York style, very similar, right? Totally different than Detroit style.
Right.
But open that up for him, kind of give him something to do, right?
I'm gonna go check that out when we leave here.
For sure.
Gabriella's. I just heard about that one.
Well, that one's on pause for a little bit because just the space that we were getting for that kind of fell through. But we're going to do another one in Grosse Pointe. But we're going to do another Pasquale, because I did set Pasquale up as a franchise. So really what I ultimately want to do is, I want to leave a legacy behind.
Absolutely.
And I want to have, like, a Pasquale, like, in every city in America, maybe soon, or at least before I die.
Yeah, I thought you was leaving us. And what the... So you got a Pasquale in Port St. Lucie. I talked to my sister last night. They were supposed to go have dinner there last night.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm gonna talk to her today to see how it was.
I have another one right next to it called Meeting Street. It's a steakhouse, big spot on, like, a lake. Big spot, like 300 plus seats. Kind of same kind of feels what we have here with the nightclub, just all on one level with a huge patio. Meeting Street is about 1,000 feet away from Pasquale. Yeah.
How in the hell do you orchestrate all these restaurants and clubs? Like, you have to have some amazing people working for you.
Well, I did this my whole life, right? Like I said, and I did have a partnership. And to be honest with you, we were in business together. I trained a lot of people, and when I left, people wanted to follow me, right? So they follow me, so, I trust these people. I've been with them a long time. They've been with me a long time, right? I pay them really, really, really well. I just want to make sure that, the people that I surround myself with are quality people, right? So that's my goal. Find good people, pay them well, leave them alone. So you say, how do I orchestrate? That's how I do it. Right.
And you guys are family oriented.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, people. So these really not your family, but they're considered family.
Sure. I mean, I brought like 12 people up from Florida. Like they left their, their wives or kids.
I know.
They came up here, helped me open. Spent like 2, 3, 4 months up here. Some stayed behind. It's pretty wild.
So do you know every one of your employees? Just about?
Not anymore. I know it sounds crazy, but. I mean, now we're like up to like over 300 employees, so it's kind of hard to know everyone, right?
Yeah.
But the ones that stick around, I know them, and they know me, and.
Because you're pretty much hands-on here. I can see here, like, you're into everything, and it's good to know what's going on up under your umbrella.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
But it is a lot of travel, so like, I'm flying back and forth to Florida, like, every week. Yeah, for sure.
Do you ever be tired, or when do you get sleep?
On the plane.
That part.
No. I try to sleep. I did buy a really good bed. So it's like when I do go home, there's no more like tossing and turning. I go to bed and I fall asleep like pretty fast.
Okay. Are your kids older now?
15, 12, and the other one's going to turn 9 next week. Okay. Yeah. And then they're going to, I'm sorry, 10. He's going to turn 10. No, they're going to be up here. They're going to come up all summer over here.
Okay.
And,
So they know Dad's busy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. The landlord, how did he find you from, was it Top Cat? How did he find you?
Do you want to hear a really awesome story?
Yeah.
Okay, so this this is all about just kind of putting it out into the universe in a way. So me and my guys, like from the kitchen in 2019, I think it was March 2019, we go there, right, 6 guys, we eat, we drink, and then I called the manager over. I said, hey, listen, go check the chicken wings. I think they got like refrigerator taste, meaning like they were uncovered, you know, it's got that funk to it, right? So the guy, the manager, he goes, oh, I know who you fucking guys are. We're not gonna make you happy. And I was like, okay. He goes, why don't you just leave? And I said, okay, we'll leave. Anyway, long story short, so let me get a check. The guy goes, no check. I said, your boss is okay with 6 guys eating, drinking, and leaving without paying? He goes, I am the boss. I said, you're not a boss. You're a fucking jerk off, and in 1 year, when you go out of business, I'm taking this spot. Now, understand, at the time, I had no business saying I'm gonna take the spot, okay? That was March 12th. Anyway, like I said, November 7th, 2019, I opened up in, PASQUALE in Port St. Lucie, right? And it was like right before COVID, right? So I set a reminder in my phone to go check Hopcat. So March 12th, boom, go over there. They were out of like so many things. That's kind of the sign, like, hey, this place is going out of business. I go, holy shit, I can't believe it. They're actually gonna go out of business, right? Anyway, I call my my landlord, thinking it was the same shopping center. He said it's not, right? Some guys out of Michigan. So anyway, I get their number and I say, hey, listen, Hopcat's gonna go out of business. I wanna take the spot when they go out. Now understand, there's no, like, there's just the talk about this COVID shit, right? Anyway, he goes, yeah, no, they're not going out of business. We sit on the board. And I'm like, okay, I'll leave it alone. I think it was like March 20th. So I was only 8 days off from my prediction. There was 2 18-wheelers outside pulling all the shit out of there. All of it, right? I call them back up. I'm like, hey, listen, they're out. I want to take the spot. They say to me, you know, we're not really leasing anything out yet. We want to see how all this thing plays out. So anyway, you guys up here in Michigan, and probably like, we're living in 2 different Americas, 100%, 2 totally different Americas. So anyway, I think we like totally 100% reopened in May. You guys were still shut down. So anyway, long story short, I said, listen, I really want to take the spot. I'm booming. COVID was the best thing financially that ever happened to me, without a doubt. So our business starts booming. Port St. Lucie's booming, right? Like just 1,000 people a week moving into that one little area. So I wanted to take the spot. I still didn't really have enough, you know, cash to do it. But I'm like, I'm gonna figure this shit out, right? Especially with all these restaurants going out of business, big names, Ruth's Chris, BB King's, this, that, everyone going out of business. Now here I am running towards the fire, right? So there was a saying that Warren Buffett says, he says, sell when you hear trumpets, buy when you hear cannons. And to me it sounded like the end of the world. So I'm like, this is the fucking time. So anyway, we end up taking the spot. They end up giving us a lease and we get the spot. And we're building it out and we're shopping auctions and this and that, trying to, like, you know, hit budget, you know, whatever. Anyway, so this is no loans, no bank will look at you, especially COVID, especially restaurant, especially me with a 580 credit score at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's looking at me. So anyway, we're building the shit and we build it and we open up and we go fucking gangbusters, like just insane, right? A year later, they call me, they say, hey, listen, we got a spot up in Michigan, you want to come take a look at it, right? And I come up here and it was like 2021, right? And you guys were still shut down. It was like, what the fuck's going on here, right? It was like, anyway, I'm gonna say, it was like, it was kind of faggy, okay? I'm gonna tell you. Like fucking nice and everybody's scared, like scared, you're too close to me type shit. And I'm like, okay, whatever, right? I'm like, I really don't like it, but I said, you know what? Things are rocky at home, like with me and my wife. I said, you know what? Maybe I'm just gonna kind of like let things cool down a little bit. I'm gonna come up here and like build this store out. Anyway, long story short, we open it up. I think we opened up August 22, right? Yeah, August 22, right? So we open it up, and then boom, like you said, boom, line out the door, gangbusters, right? And then from there, we opened up so many more other places, but you know, from not just from this, but you know, when you have one, and that's the thing, when you have one stream of income, you know, it's hard to put into another, But when you have two streams, it gets a little easier. So you say if everyone spits in the cup, it fills up faster.
Right.
So it's like, that's what I ended up doing, just having multiple streams coming in, and never really brought in a partner. I don't have any partners other than like my brother, right? So kind of like a family thing, but no partners. And there was something that my grandfather said. He didn't say it to me because I was very young at the time. He lived in Italy. He was dying of cancer and whatnot. Anyway, long story short, he said, you know, he said you can make $1 with a partner and split it 50-50, but it's better to make 25 cents on your own.
Absolutely.
Right? And you get that freedom there. That's freedom. Yeah. Right? Having your own shit, wake up whenever. Now, not saying like, you know, you own a business and it's like you get to go and relax and shit.
Right.
No, you're going to work 10 times harder. You're wearing every hat. So anyway, it just becomes easier to scale. And then you kind of have this like responsibility where it's like, you know, you're bringing on more people and, you know, you're starting to pay people more money. And it's like, man, the only way I can keep up is if I open up another store and then another store and another, and it's always a gamble, right? So it's like it's a very scary thing to go into business by yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You never know if you're going to fail or not. Sure. But you took that chance, and you've been climbing ever since. Now, does it feel better doing it on your own versus being with a partner, especially what you were going through?
Oh, 100%.
Good.
I'd rather fucking die than, you know what I mean? Have someone else tell me what I got to do.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. There's no kneeling for this guy. You know what I mean? Sometimes I say, you know, it's like, when you're a business owner too, you know, I'm just gonna go and say it. It's like a saying that I say. It's like, you know, I don't like to suck dick, but sometimes I kind of have to. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And your like, meaning behind that is?
I'm not meaning like actually sucking.
Literally.
But like, you know, I'm not a slave to anybody.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
That part.
Like I said, I'll die before anyone kind of pushes me in a direction I don't want to go.
Anymore. And that's what happened to you before, so that's why you're so hard on it now.
Sure.
So when you open up a Top Cat out in Florida, you can
It was Top Cat. I turned it into Meeting Street.
Oh.
That's the Meeting Street spot.
Okay, what's Meeting Street? What's that?
Meeting Street Steakhouse Seafood. So it's on Meeting Street. Okay. And then, like, you know, we didn't know what to name it, so we said, let's call it Meeting Street, but MEATING. Our drinks are great. You know, like, it's a pretty sexy menu overall. It's not just steakhouse and seafood. Right. We got some pretty cool shit in there. A little touch of Italian, other things that I like to do. You know, like we have a couple Asian inspired dishes, but things that like anything that I eat, I think that 99% of the people are gonna like.
Okay.
Right?
So you try the dish before you put it on the menu?
Yeah. Or I'll go somewhere and like their dish and say, okay, I'm gonna go and recreate it in a different way and put my own twist on it. There's no original thoughts, anyway. So it's like, all you're really doing is regurgitating shit that you've heard, seen, right?
Okay, how do you create these sauces? Is this like a family recipe, or you just said you just
I mean, truth is, you just keep shit simple. You know, just buy the best, and just don't overcomplicate anything. There's, you know, it's food. We eat it, you know?
Well, see, I don't want you to give your secret. However,
well, I'll give you the secret. It's pretty simple.
Does all your food and fruit come from Florida?
No. I mean, like, a lot of ingredients we use are imported from Italy, but, you know.
Your fruit tastes amazing.
Yeah.
It tastes totally different from the fruit up here we have. Your oranges, I could just eat them by themselves.
Well, you know, that is a thing. So, like, you know, we do have a contract with, like, Cisco where we have, like, certain priority for things. Because I'll be honest with you, produce here is, like, silly. I'm actually thinking, like, they're like, the people in Michigan, they don't know what a lime looks like, so just send them all the garbage. I'm sorry to say, but, you know, I think that you guys are getting second pick, third pick even, I don't know.
You look at the numbers, we're in the 4s, that's garbage.
Well, when they put the 5, I think, is organic in front of it. It's like 5 digits. Hold on one second.
Okay, no, you're fine, go ahead. Right. I gotta look at that, because all we get is 4s, but I tasted the oranges here, I could just eat a couple oranges.
Truth is, all our we sold off everything. Everything's coming from other countries anyway. Most of our oranges are probably coming from China. I know, orange juice, yeah.
It's amazing, and it tastes good. All right, the CBS interview.
Which one was that?
Oh, how many? I only seen one.
Oh, was that with the one? Is his name Jordan?
At the bar
yeah, I like him. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did they find you? How did you get on that? How did they
I don't know.
Get your interviews going?
I don't know. I have no idea. Because I did a lot of the cooking ones, like one on Fox, one on this, one on that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess they just source, local places. Want to see who's willing to come on. Yeah.
Okay. What's your, is it 4-star, 5-star rating?
I don't believe in that whole star rating and whatnot.
Okay.
I don't. It's like, I went to a place in Key West. It was like 5-star, 5-star, 5-star. Right, and there were thousands of reviews, right? I went there and it was like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
You know what I mean? So anyway, it's all preference. And a lot of people, they'll have one dish, and they'll say, place sucks.
Right.
And it's like, every place has to have at least one good thing, right?
Exactly.
Something that you go back for, right? And it's all preference, right? You know what I mean? So it's like, you give a restaurant a shot, and I always do. I don't care, right? I give them a shot, and when I go in, I'll order, because I'm not broke anymore. Right. I'll order a bunch of different shit. You know what I mean?
Let me say this.
Right. So that's
even here, you can get like 4 things on your menu and just dib and dab off of each plate.
Right. We have the what's it called? The small plates. That's really really good. Where you can come in. That's why I said the everyday affordability, right? You can come in one day, have like an appetizer and a salad and a pizza. Next day, you want to spend $20 a person, you can. You want to spend $100 a person, you can. So it's that.
Very reasonable.
Right. For sure.
When it came a time where, like you said, you was no longer broke anymore, when you could help out and take care of mom and dad, how did mom and dad feel to see their son on TV being so established?
Oh, yeah. I mean, my mom's my biggest fan, without a doubt. Yeah, big time. Yeah.
So mom and dad doesn't have to work anymore. Son has them.
Trust me, my mom, she still works.
Yeah.
No matter what,
she'll
never sit down, no.
Yeah. So what's the key to become successful?
Luck. But not just any kind of luck. It's like, you have dumb luck. You have like a skilled luck. And you have the stir the pot luck, So it's like, there's people that just keep trying. Stir the pot, something comes up. Right. And I'm the skilled luck, dumb luck. I'm all of it wrapped into one, right? Because then you get the skill, then you have to laser beam focus on that. But I think it doesn't mean it's gonna succeed. There's timing. And I joke around. I say life's 90% timing, the other 10% is timing, right? So and again, your geographical location. Because if you think about it, if I would have opened up the same time, November 2019, right, in Detroit, Michigan,
right,
I'd have to be sucking dick for a living.
Right.
Truth. And now, being that I was in Florida, I can do shit, Yeah. And now think about how many people I've touched, and made their lives better.
Absolutely.
Right? So there's a lot of factors that go into success. But no matter what, when you fail, it's that stir the potluck thing where you just keep trying and trying. I didn't make it until I was 40. You know what I mean? I'm 45 now, but I didn't make it until I was 40. Sure, I made money here, there, right? But never had that long run of actually being able to buy shit, right? Like buy buildings and buy properties, and I didn't have that opportunity because I never had enough of it, right? And then I don't know who said it, but I remember hearing someone say it. If you make it and you lose it and you can't get it back, you never had it in a real enough way in the first place, right? Absolutely. So I have it in a real fucking way. Like, you drop me in any English-speaking country in my underwear, all I need to do is borrow someone's phone, and I'm good. I need a pair of shoes, pants, shirt, and a cell phone, and I'm back in business. Probably more in 6 months than I have today. Just when you start to hit a little success, you'll notice yourself, excuse me, slowing down a little bit, and then you got to kind of reset where it's like, no, I'm still hungry. I still want more. Yeah. But the truth is, it's not that I want more. So I want more for everyone else around me. You know what I mean? Because like that's the only way I can keep like the machine going.
Yeah.
You know, everyone flowing. You know, just got to keep going.
So you think your help for everybody else is what you went through when you were younger?
Oh, no one fucking helped me. No.
Right. So is that why you help so many other people, because of what you went through?
No, I don't think so. Because I think that helping other people still benefits you too.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it's not like I'm not like doing it because I'm like Mother Teresa. I'm doing it because it's like, you know, it's, you know, you could sleep at night, number one, right?
Yeah.
And then the second thing is, you know, your life gets easier.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you can go. Well, first of all, how many restaurants you got open today?
Today, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
4. Okay, and you trying to have one in every city? More
yeah,
out
but
here?
yeah. So, yeah. Well, the one in Grosse Pointe, we're going to be opening that like the end of this month, right? Today's the first. So yeah, end of this month, right? Right. If everything works out, you know, you got to have a target too. So I say the end of this month, because I'm not saying, you know, some just way off target date, you know, because you give yourself a week to do a project, you're going to take that week. You give yourself a day to do that same project, you'll do that whole project in a day, you know. So just don't, you know, stretch it. You need a target, especially close, you know. People say, what are you going to do in 5 years? I have no clue.
Right.
Because you asked me 5 years ago, what are you going to do? What do you see yourself doing in 5 years? I never would have said, holy shit, I'm going to be pretty fucking rich. I never would have thought that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never would have thought that I have, you know, 300 plus employees.
Wow.
You know, I didn't think that I'd be able to, you know, get diamond medallion status on Delta.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So you think you're going to get remarried again?
No.
Really?
No. You know, I think you get married to, you know, just, you know, start a family, have kids, raise them, and that's really what it is, right? So, I don't know. I can't see myself getting, you know.
You making me scared. I ain't never been married.
No?
No.
You know, I don't know. I don't see the point at this point. But then again, who knows?
Right.
You know, that's like you're saying 5 years from now. I don't know.
Right.
You know,
You
who
want
knows?
more kids?
No. No,
Yeah.
I shut down the factory.
Me too.
Boom, factories
Shut it up.
shut down.
They can break it all down. Yeah.
I'll
That
adopt
part.
a kid if I need it.
Right, that part. That part.
Anyway.
I seen one of your posts, or it might have been in a newsletter, Words of Tupac. Don't believe what you hear. Real eyes, real lies, real lies.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love it too.
I love that.
And it makes sense for what we do, right?
Yeah.
That's why we pop out a window or we make the pasta in front. Because you look at Italian restaurants, you know, fresh handmade pasta, right? And it's like, where? Oh, in the back, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's why I don't believe, you know, what you hear. So you want to see it, you see it being made. So your eyes aren't going to lie to you.
Exactly. So you've cooked at all your restaurants?
Every single one of them, yeah.
Every single one. What's your best dish?
God. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty badass.
So,
You know, it's hard to get what I know, like, you know, 35 plus years experience, right?
Yeah.
And like, you know, try and compress that and get people to understand what it is. Like
Yeah.
I said, okay, you know, you have to, you know, you have to
gift.
practice.
Yeah.
It's a gift, but you also have to practice. So practice beats theory 100% of the time, you know?
I like that. You deep with it. All right. So, since you're from Florida, well, you say you're from New Jersey.
Yeah.
I put Florida on here.
Yeah,
so
well,
we
no,
can
I'm
do-
New Jersey until I was like 20 something, and you
Okay,
know.
we're gonna do New Jersey then.
Go ahead.
Okay, rep your city. Give me the best artists coming out of New Jersey.
God, I'm gonna tell you, I partied a lot over there. I don't even know my brain. Out of New Jersey, I don't know.
Well, what do you listen to?
I listen to everything.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know. I'll tell you what. I mean, like, so. God, who came out of New Jersey? I don't even know. I mean, definitely not Bruce Springsteen. Everybody says that shit. Fuck that guy. You know, seriously,
Yeah.
right?
I don't know nobody from-
So, like, if anything, like, I did hang out with Method Man in Miami once. So anyway, truth is, I always like Wu-Tang Clan. I like Casual.
Okay.
I like.
Okay.
I don't know.
Listen to that. Okay,
Right.
Wu-Tang Clan. Okay, I already
Tribe
know
Called
that.
Quest. Like that was
Okay.
my time. Now I don't know. Music sucks anymore.
Yeah,
So where
I
I,
really
listen
don't
to, I still
understand
listen to that shit.
That part. Okay, best restaurant.
Where in
New Jersey.
In New Jersey? Well, I don't have any restaurants there now, so.
You don't?
No.
You're not gonna go back home and build one?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Nah, they can keep that.
Oh, okay.
I escaped Atlantic City for a reason.
Is that where all the worst bad experiences come from?
Let's put it this way, right? Atlantic City was like a spot where the pirates used to go and like set up and like light bonfires, right? And then the boats would come by thinking that they can get like supplies and this and that, but the pirates just basically just sunk all their shit, right? So there's a ton of sunken like ships over there, like along Atlantic City, right? The ocean there, right? They said the only thing that changed is the lights got brighter.
Wow.
Oh, they take your shit, yes.
Wow.
We have, at the time, we had like, I think 12 or 13 casinos.
Wow.
Right? Now it's like, I don't know, it's down to a few, but it's just not a good place. I think you're like 1 in 14 chance of being involved in a violent crime or something like city data. But then the casinos used to sweep that under the rug because, they had the conventions and whatnot. So Atlantic City is 100% fake,
So what type of stuff did you get into in Atlantic City? Oh.
You name it.
So you didn't get in trouble with the law?
How much time you got?
Oh my God.
Trust me. But
You got in trouble with the law?
Well, you know what they say. It's easy to be a criminal. It's hard to stay one.
That part, yeah. Yeah, because you hard to find. You was the first guest I couldn't really find nothing on, which is good. You don't want to be out in the open like that. All right, the best club.
In Atlantic City?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, they all shut down. So, like, I can speak for one that I used to go to every weekend. I was dialed in, guest list, elevator, boom, 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 right? Hooked up all the time. It was the Taj Mahal. It was called the Casbah. That was like, yeah.
Every weekend?
Every weekend.
Every weekend.
No, but we, don't forget, over here you guys shut down at like 2:30, right? We shut down at 2:30, right? In Atlantic City, it's like, you don't really get out until like 1.
A.M.?
Yeah, you go out at 1, you start like, you party at one spot first, then you hit the next one. So you're partying until 10 a.m. That's the real city that doesn't sleep though.
Oh, wow.
So that's got some good stuff going on over there.
Okay.
Or at least it used to. Right now everything became corporate and not fun and,
Well, give me 3 positive things.
3 positive things about Atlantic City.
New Jersey. Yeah, Atlantic City.
All right, let's see. We do have pretty good restaurants in the casinos, right? That's one. I like to gamble, right? It's got some pretty good gambling. I don't know what they do with the numbers over here with the casinos here in Detroit, but they're doing some funny business, right? So I think that it's like pretty, it's honest gambling. I think in Atlantic City they don't fix it,
Okay.
right?
Good,
It's like how can you go 20 times and never win? I'm basically a professional gambler. I can never win here. I don't know.
Oh, you
Says
gamble
something.
too?
Oh, I gambled a lot. Yeah. So I told you that's how I ended up in Florida. I had like a nice little mini hit, and boom, I just head south.
I'm gonna get it, but yeah. Okay. Was it one more? The casinos.
Okay. Oh, and honestly, without a doubt, we have the best beaches, right? I think those, yeah, without a doubt.
Okay. Okay, well, if you had to offer the views anything, how to stay in business, how to start a business, myself included, because this podcast stuff is more than I thought it would be, but I'm getting my way up there. How can we do it? How do we stay in business? Not give up, headstrong, mentally strong.
Sure. I mean, but you got to make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, that there's a market for it, right? So, you have to have something to sell, right? So it's like, what is it? You have to give value, right? So you take something like, okay, back in the day, only like the rich people had, chauffeurs and limos and car service. Now everybody and their grandma, boom, Uber, Lyft, right? So everybody's got it. So they got it, they scaled it, they made it cost effective for everyone, and they gave it to everyone, right? Same thing with phones. Back in the day, boom, big ass phone, whatever, right? It's like $2 a minute on the phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, boom, they gave it to everyone. So you got to say, okay, you got to create value, right? You got to make sure that you can scale it and give it to lots of people. So, I mean, that's just my way of thinking. You know what I mean? Sure, you can get your home runs. You know what I mean? But the reality is, you want to stay consistent. You want that cash flow. whatever you could do cash flow, that's the best, because then you can start maneuvering into other things. So you need cash, cash flow, multiple, I don't even care what it is, right? So you want as many streams of income that you can get that aren't going to eat up 100% of your time. Because the reality is, the reason why you're trying to make more money, right, is to have more time.
Right.
Right? Because money is just energy. It's a piece of paper, but it's really an IOU saying, okay, here's money that I'm going to pay you for your energy.
Yeah.
Right? So you want to try and scale it. Like in our business, we have people leverage. So it's like, I have 300 employees, they're all producing.
Right.
And I'm paying them in energy, right?
Right.
I'm using this energy that came from somewhere and giving it to them. So whoever pays me, they had to use energy to get that money to give to me, and that's all it is. So it's a circle. But you want to get as many people or as many things, as many robots, whatever, kind of feeding you. And it doesn't matter. There's no number too small. I always say any number above 0 is a good number.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Well, it's just, you want that cash flow, right? I'm into so many other things, like where it's like I have machines doing work for me in a way, right?
You don't do tutorials or classes or anything?
No, I thought about it, but it's like,
I might be the first one.
You know what? Watch this. If I did, let's say, right? I could probably tell 100 people, but 99 won't listen.
Right.
And that's the truth, right?
So is that a waste of your time?
Is it a waste of my time? I don't know. If there's a way I could figure out, package it, yeah, sure. I'll teach you all kinds of shit, you know?
Right.
But no matter what, it's always going to be the same thing. It's the effort times result.
Gotcha.
Always.
Gotcha.
So.
Y'all heard it. Pasquale. Pat.
Pasqualogy.
Pastayo.
00.
Absolutely. I want to thank Pat for coming out for interesting. I really didn't get as deep as I wanted, but please know you coming back. I don't plan on going anywhere, and he doesn't either. Again, I want to thank you. And last time I didn't thank Hallie. She brought the idea to me as I was telling her my podcast, and she brought the idea to you to allow me to do it here. So I want to thank her and you as well. You don't come across too many opportunities like this, and to not be billed one invoice, I want to tell you thank you. I really appreciate it.
You got it.
For being a part of my journey.
You got it.
Also, Gabby, great. I don't care what time it is, what it is. I can call her. She's Johnny on the spot. So I want to thank them here at Pastayo. Again, I had a